This is a very brief recap of our lesson on Islamic cultural achievements. I will just go over these. This was the activity we did in class where, using the text, we came up with 3 or 4 achievements in each area. So we start with astronomy, where you have observatories that use astronomy to better understand time and clockmaking, and they improved an earlier invention, the astrolabe, a charter map showing the position of the stars. For geography, they use astronomy to calculate time and location. They traveled widely for the years after the death of Muhammad. Muhammad died 600, 610. And so in those years, to get to Africa, India, Spain, and China, quite an achievement. Today, if you have money, you can travel to those places. Back then, that was revolutionary. Literature and art, poetry, very popular. Sufism influenced poetry. And if we go down to philosophy real quick, Sufism is the belief that anyone can find God's love by having a personal relationship with God. Sufism attracted many followers to Islam. Back to literature and art. One of the most famous stories is 1001 Nights, which you may be familiar with if you've ever seen the Disney movie Aladdin. And in the Islamic culture, you're not permitted to represent God's creations, all animals and plants, with images. So Muslim art consisted of complex patterns and fancy writing called calligraphy. Calligraphy will then go to other languages as well. In math, you may have a legitimate gripe with Islamic scholars from years and years ago, but it has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with your math work and your math classwork and homework. They combined the Indian and Greek number systems, and they created algebra. We call our numbers Arabic numbers or Arabic numerals. The numbers we use are the ones developed by Islamic scholars so many centuries ago. When it comes to medicine, they made the first pharmacy school, and they figured out how to treat smallpox. There was a medical encyclopedia that was produced that was used in Europe all the way to the 1600s. One of the most famous books in the history of medicine. On to philosophy. Sufism, we talked about that. They studied Greek philosophy of rational thought, but some focused on spiritual issues. Brief recap of Islamic cultural achievements.